What up, everybody, and welcome to Late Night Live number 181. We're having a chill writing session today. I hope everybody's having a wonderful evening slash day slash morning slash whatever time it is for you. Alright, put that down there so I don't knock it over. Let's get to writing, shall we? Hiya. Oh. What's going on, Oja Sweeney? Okay, no spinning top cam today, but I will spin the spinning top. It does have some... Bleh. It should spin for a little while. We'll see if I hear it when it turns off. What's going on, Skeet? Good evening, or good day to you. Dirty desk. New nib today. Fresh nib. The one last week was giving me some trouble. So this is a fresh one. How's everybody doing today? Can't believe Iampith is only half a month away. That's bonkers craziness. What's going on, Jose? Welcome, welcome. What's going on, JB Vool? GB Vool? Did I say it sounded like J a little bit? GB Vool, hopefully you don't get word banned today by the by YouTube. Fingers crossed. Joanna, wake up. Oh. What's the occasion? Why the sleep in? Wonderful. My camera out of focus? Oh, because it's focusing on my hand. Because I forgot to do that. Whoops. Sorry about that. Should be better now. Let's go this way. Arm is feeling okay today. Hairlines are so much better than last week. What's going on, Orbital Dumpster Fire? Welcome, welcome. Orbital Dumpster Fire. Love that name, that's fun. Oh, you had so much going for it until that exit oval got all wonky. Oops. Warm up. I don't really have a game plan today. Anybody have any ideas for a game plan? Or should we just do what we do and write? What do you guys think? We don't really need a game plan, I guess. One thing I was thinking that I want to do at some point when I was making today's post, I need a new cover or thumbnail image for the Late Night Live. Same idea, but I want to update the writing on it, I think. Make it a little bit nicer. Better? Designed? Just different? Cleaner? I don't know. I'm open for suggestions. That's weird. I've never done that before. Interesting. I don't hate it, but it's strange. Because that oval has to be asymmetrical. That's weird. In the Discord, in the CREATRIUM earlier today, somebody had posted a really cool... it was from an old piece of writing that went from the D... Whoops. Into a P. Just kind of a fun connection. Whoa. Control yourself, Mike. That's better. It is quiet today. You know why? Because Lene is late. Lene will be here at some point, but she's got some stuff to do with her mom, so she's not here yet. When Lene's not here, the chat is quiet. Kinda quiet. Can't decide if I like doing the queue that way or not. No, I am not multi-streaming today. I haven't streamed to Twitch since getting back from all of my time away. I could. I guess I just didn't post. I didn't open up Twitch. Maybe next week. We'll do just some YouTube dedicated streams for a little bit. And then I'll get back into trying the YouTube vertical and the Twitch streams at the same time. I was also looking into some people, I don't know if people stream on Discord or if people stream to YouTube and then just follow the Discord chat. Maybe? I don't know. I've watched some streamers who respond to both YouTube chat and Discord chat. So I don't know if they just have Discord open for like a chat server, or if they're actually streaming to Discord. I'm not honestly sure. Not sure. Yeah, do I like this queue or don't I like this queue? I can't decide. I don't think I like... Well, I don't like how that looks. I gotta do that shade better. It's gotta be more like, okay, wait, if I do one slow. To our main shade. Then this is where we go into the V/U shade. It's gotta go like that. I don't really like that hook on the bottom. Huh. What is happening? Both times. I don't know. Or do I just use that one? Probably just that one. This is why I always default to the GQ, because then I don't have to worry about it. Tails are a little too long on those. Gotta keep a better watch on my breather hole. I gotta practice my signature some more. I'm not all the way through my my Iampith name cards. These. I gotta do a whole bunch of these. I don't know how many other people are coming at conference or planning on trading. This year I had initiated a name card swap. So everybody makes a bunch of their own name cards and then they trade them at conference. But I don't know how many people will do it. But I need to be prepared in case everybody does it. Maybe I'll do some on stream. This nib does not like... It's not the nib's fault, it's my fault. It's something the previous nib was handling. And this one, this nib really has issues in that top left corner. Why? Do I have to rotate more? Curious. Would have been good if I didn't run out of ink. What's going on, Lori? I'll send one to you, Ojaswini, with your postcard. It's coming up pretty fast. You gotta get your cards done. Now, I have probably asked this question before. Orbital dumpster fire. Who are you? I don't know why. I've read your name on YouTube before. I've I've mentioned this before. I'm really mad that YouTube has stopped showing people's names and it only shows me their names. Lurk away, Lori. Lurk away. You're allowed. It's a chill, lurkable stream today. I mean, the stream's always chillin'. Lurkable. I have some previous name cards that I could use, but I want to do new ones. Oh yes, be sure to do your cards. Sabrina Greenwood. Well, welcome. Only your second live stream. Got you. Well, thank you very much for introducing yourself and welcome to your second live stream. I had to ask because because of the way YouTube shows me names, people who I'm super familiar with have come in recently with names that I don't recognize, unfortunately. Also, the fact that I haven't streamed a lot at all in the past 4 months, so I'm hazy on names and stuff now. Yeah, you have to handwrite them, Lori. That's the point. Or you're supposed to. I know some people aren't, but that's cheating. See? Where there's a bunch. They're all slightly different. That's probably the best one. But they're all slightly different, because they're all hand done. I might do some of a different design as well. That one has a messed up shade. I probably won't give that one out. Yeah, like actual vintage traditional card writing. And then I also have, these are tiny white ones, but there's only one. I thought this was a pile of finished cards. I was like, oh, well, I could just take those. Nope, it's just one card. So I'm gonna have to do either all black with white ink, or I might do some black ink on white paper ones as well. I'm undecided. What's going on, Calligraphy, Louisiana? Welcome, welcome, Louis and Anna. Good evening to you. Did you do your cards? You guys, you're coming to Iampith, right? Are you? I don't know who's coming. I should know. I have the lists. Oh, I should legitimately do some glow-in-the-dark cards, though. That's a good idea. Or not glow-in-the-dark, some, yeah, blacklight. I should do some invisible blacklight cards. That's a good idea. Woo! With the exception of that exit stroke, that bee was doing all right. Then we went wrong. I used to do that on letters and stuff that I wrote. I stopped, but I used to draw stick figures all over the envelopes and like randomly throughout the letters when I used to send people mail. I need to start doing that again. I never told people to put it under a blacklight. It would just be if they ever happened to look at their letter, why would they, under a blacklight, they would see this whole secret world that I never told them about. Secret world. Hello, Reza. Welcome, welcome. Is it Reza? Reza Kazemi? Reza Kazemi. Reza Kazemi? Maybe? Good evening, or good day to you. Boo that inside oval. Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to be trying to break the habit of doing so many air ovals before I write. I want to get to the point, because it is just habit, where I just do like one. Come on. I really want to blame that on the nib, but I don't think it's the nib's fault. How many days till I fly to Iampith? I'm not actually flying. I'm gonna drive this year. I was looking at flights, and they were silly expensive for not a terribly long flight. Well, I guess it's something like that. But the flights were they were too expensive, and I was feeling really cheap. So I'm gonna drive. It'll take me about 14 hours behind the wheel, but we're gonna drive to conference this year. I haven't exactly decided what day I'm leaving yet. That's a decision I have to make in the next couple days here. Yeah. The world is bonkers right now. How long of a drive would that be for you, Lori? 18 hours? 20? Oh, I don't know how many kilometers it is, or miles. I'd have to look it up on my phone. I calculate everything in time. It's true, distance is more consistent than time. You're not wrong. "22 hours! Holy, yeah, that's a long drive. It's a little less than double what mine would be. Yeah, it'll be it'll be my 14-hour relax before the session. Question I gotta decide is if I'm gonna do it in one shot, or where I'm gonna stop along, if I'm gonna stop along the way. I might pull off into just a rest stop on the side of the road and sleep in the car for a few hours, and then hit the road again. That's likely the plan. Did I show this last week? I'm so excited. It's not finished yet, obviously, but this is my new, hopefully will be finished and ready to go for Iampith. So we have my current ink stirrer that I'm using today, and this is going to be my replacement. Making a new one. Look at how small it is. First functioning test happened today. It's basically the size of a jar. It's perfect. I'm very excited about it. It's gonna be powered by USB-C this time. Sorry, it's just on my desk, so it reminded me. It's so cool. 2-hour drive. Sabrina, you are lucky. Nice. I've never driven to a conference before, so this is exciting. This isn't even the closest conference to me, though. I could have driven to Portland. Did I live in LA? Or Vancouver when Portland happened? I think I was still in LA. But I could have driven to Portland. That would have been a shorter drive than Salt Lake City from here, I think. It's been quite a project figuring out this little ink stirrer to get it working. I was up late last night tweaking it. I gotta wait for some pieces, some parts to come in the mail. They're supposed to come tomorrow, so hopefully they arrive and I can do one final test, and then if it all works, put it all together. And then if everything, I've decided, if everything works with it and it goes through like Iampith and it ends up being like reliable and whatnot, then it's something that I would likely probably take orders for. As of right now, they can be a little bit finicky finding because there's like the space, the strength of the magnets, the space between the motor and the jar, like whether it's 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters, that all has an effect. Too strong of magnets and they stop because the pill holds the bottom too strong, but too weak, and when it spins, it will like spin the pill off of the thing. So there's sort of like a happy medium that has to be found, but then you need it to work for like really thin, like thin gouaches or thin inks, or like super thick, right? Like really thick gold mixtures, which I'm pretty sure my current ink stirrer is a bit too weak for like, it's really good for gouache, but when it gets thicker, if I were to use like a really viscous like gold ink, some gold inks work fine, but some, they're just too thick and creamy, and it doesn't work really good. So this new one, ideally, will have more power, but still be able to chill out for the really liquidy, like watery inks. In theory, that's the goal. And then, like I said, if it all works, I think I'll take orders. Ooh, do I like living in LA or Canada better? It's tricky. It's a good question. I don't really know that I like one or the other better. Two very different sort of stages of my life, I think. Like when I was in LA, I preferred LA, and I would want to be in LA more than anywhere else in the world, because it was the only place that I could do what I was doing at the time. And that was dancing full-time, training at some of the best dance studios in the world, and then obviously auditioning and performing and working as a professional dancer, which there are jobs here and there is lots of work as a professional dancer, but I'm older now and I'm not really in that market anymore, in the dance scene quite as much. The city, if I could have done what I was doing in LA here, I think I wouldn't have left Canada. But that's not because I like one place better or worse. It's more so I enjoy being anywhere if I can do what I want to do or what feels like I should be doing. Because the only real thing I miss about LA, other than the weather sometimes, like I miss my friends and I miss what I did there. But I don't miss the city too terribly much. I don't miss traffic at all. Not that traffic here is great, but traffic in LA, driving in LA is a fun beast sometimes. But I genuinely feel like I could be anywhere and be just as happy. Enjoy it just as much. There we go. That's the one I wanted. That last one. Yeah, it is kind of a loaded question. That's a tricky one. There's a lot of variables in there. If I'm honest, I don't think I've fully taken advantage of everything that Vancouver and Canada has to offer since coming back here. I came back to a pandemic, and then coming out of the pandemic, started an office job with a company. So I've lived relatively inside hermit life a little bit, whereas in LA it was hyper social and always out at dance studios and around people and rehearsals and auditions and blah blah blah. So it's been more solitary since coming back here, but that is not because I want it that way. I live like an introvert, but I feel like I am the farthest thing from an introvert. But I live a relatively introverted lifestyle these days. But the plans are in place and plans are in motion to be letting the art side of the world and the artist side of me to be able to take over my life again like it once did. We're stepping away from the office stuff and diving back into the art world. I just have to teach myself how to remember to post on social media again, which I don't do anymore. The series L. I've never seen it. Is it good? Oh, I gotta figure out why either this nib has a sharp point or I've just become inept at making that shade. Or I'm just... Or maybe that's why. This nib might be sitting different in my, might have been sitting rotated different in my flange than my previous nib. Shouldn't be, but that has happened too many times already today. It tells me either something is wrong with me or something is wrong with my nib. One or the other, and it could be either or. That's better. I feel like my hairline got a little worse, but that... Oh, interesting. Elle Woods from, like, Legally Blonde Elle Woods? Or is there another Elle Woods that I don't know? That's the girl's name from Legally Blonde, right? What's going on, Steve Z? Ontario, Canada in the house. Welcome, Canada. Kathy and accidentally Steve. How many hours per week? It's a great question. I practice not nearly as much as I should and as I used to. And that's not because I don't want to. Life has just been busy with other things lately. I would say, like, what I would recommend or what I would like to strive for, if we're talking just practice, like not working on pieces or working on other things, if I'm just practicing, bettering my script, I would probably like to practice, I mean, honestly, even like 5 or 6 hours a week, which just is like 30 minutes of good practice a night, basically, approximately, something like that. If I sit down and write, it's never only 30 minutes, though. It goes for hours. But I would like to hit like a minimum of like 5 or 6 hours of writing a week, which doesn't sound like that much at all. But that's all to say that would be the specific practice, ironing out details, and then ideally there's a lot more hours of the week going towards projects and commissions and pieces and things like that. Oh, second half of the question. Is it only one script? Yes. That's not true. I mean, I haven't practiced a ton of anything lately. I'll just be 100% honest with that. When I am in practice mode and in writing mode, I do some business penmanship as well, practice, but it's really ornamental penmanship and some business penmanship. That's pretty much it. And that's just because those styles I find fun. There are other styles that I would say I'm decent enough at that with a reference I can create a piece or do a thing with them, and they feel more like work when I do them, which is not a bad thing. It's just when I do them, it's not just playful and fun. Whereas ornamental penmanship, I feel it feels very playful and fun for me, but also I find it to be by far the most difficult, so it's why I keep doing it over and over and over again, and I keep practicing the same things, essentially. Decent or ghetto? Ghetto Unchel. Hey, Ghetto Unchel's dope. I like Ghetto Unchel. Casual Unchel or Funchel. What takes most of my time when I'm in artist and creation mode is when I'm doing blotters and that kind of stuff. It's the design and more so the study. More studying than practice, I would say, over the years. Which has all been basically nothing lately because I've been out of town and I've been busy and I haven't been a very good penman for this, I'll say this year. This year hasn't been a very good penman year for me. Maybe 6 months. But yeah, it's been a while since I feel like I've been doing my due diligence as a penman. But I'm working on it. Too low. That happens a lot when I do that stroke. No, that's that same spot. I gotta look at this nib under the microscope, or under my loop. Because maybe there is a burr that's catching. Because that's happening way more often than it should. Could still be me, but I want to look. Hello, Lene. Welcome, welcome. You've been asking for a Unchel stream? Unchel's... We could do Unchel on a stream. I don't feel like Unchel's very exciting on a stream. It's slower. I mean, we could do Funchel. We could do Ghetto Unchel one day on a stream. Oh yeah, it's because I didn't sharpen this nib. It is a sharpened nib, but I'm not the one who sharpened it, I don't think. The left tine on its own is like a razor blade. The right tine is rounded ever so slightly. It's got some thickness. The left tine is just a thin blade of metal. No wonder. I do like the fineness though. See if I can take that off ever so slightly. I can soften that edge. I will lose a little bit of hairline in the process, unfortunately, but that's alright. That explains why that one error, that one issue keeps happening over and over again, though. Makes me feel a bit better. I was really worried that it was all me, which is still partially me. Now, did I fully ruin my hairlines? Yeah, we want the shade more like that. Not so abrupt. Taking the trajectory down there, but so we get that nice implied horizontal oval in here. That's what we want. Whereas this one creates an oval that's sort of like that way, which we don't want. Trace out a pullover shirt. Do it. Do you mean to trace out to cut and stitch? I'm guessing. Oh, implied ovals should never be wonky. I mean, they are quite often, unfortunately, but they shouldn't be. Okay, I think we fixed that. Or we made it a little bit better anyways. There's still a little catch there, but manageable, I think. Apartment, balcony, garden. I'm jealous. That's better. Minus that little tweak up right at the very end. Much better. Too sharp. Thank you very much, Lene. Sad to lose what the hairline looked like in the beginning. It's a shame that the tines aren't the same thickness on this nib. That would be lovely. But it looks like it was either sharpened a little asymmetrically, or it was from the factory asymmetrical and they just brought down the thickness of the thicker tine. That also happens. Oh, meaning she was against cutting on the fold or pro cutting on the fold? Now I'm intrigued. Against cutting on the fold? Why is that? Isn't that how most people cut garments? So then everything's always symmetrical? No matter what? Unless you're working with a material that's thick enough that it's going to give you variability on either side? Potentially? I think in leatherwork, I was always taught to cut on the fold. I think. Hello, Olivia. Long time no see indeed. If you cut on the fold, it's easier to go off grain. How? If you fold with the grain, interesting. I mean, that makes sense. Truth be told, I don't make anything that requires cutting on folds. Is that a green screen? No, Devin, this is not a green screen today. This is my real background with my real traffic cone plushie. Not a green screen. My friend Devin is in the chat right now, and we are in a D&D campaign together. And for this weekend's session, I had a green screen behind me, but it was a picture of just what's behind me anyways. So it looked almost exactly like this, other than I had a slight, it wasn't an exact perfect chroma key around my hair and whatnot, so you could tell that it was a green screen, but it was my background, because I was hoping to shock everybody, or surprise everybody when I changed it, although I got called out on it before that happened. But currently, it is a real background. The green screen is over there, beside my bed. Who knew that folding on the grain could be such a controversial topic? Oh, now that's a hairline. All those hairlines felt magical. Lene, he's calling me a liar for saying my background isn't a green screen. Hello, Stacy. Welcome. Sorry, I didn't see you there for a sec. I didn't see your message. I was getting called out for being a liar. Oh, I love a good fine hairline. Hello, Ishikoro. Lurk away. Thank you very much. Ah. Got you, Lene. That makes sense. Devin is one of my friends from high school. One of my longest running friendships. Missing this week, I would say. Potentially lurking. They're just so nice. Hairlines like that. They look so wonderful. They're brighter on camera than they are in real life, which is interesting. Hairlines. Underlined by not hairline. There's always a good number of people hanging out, lurking. I'm assuming because some legitimately they're just lurking and watching the stream, but I think there are a number of people that come in and practice. And if people are, as Lene says, penmanshiping away, it's hard to comment and be writing in the chat if you're writing as well. Just keeping us company, or us keeping you company, I guess, if you're practicing. Nope. Fix that shade, Mike. That's better. I get a little bit too much whip just by habit on the end of these stems. The whip is not necessary. The whip is a habit. I don't have to whip in order to get the letter looking good. Yeah, it can just have a nice little like that. Much better. And it looks less stressed. Better. Pure. I gotta be careful that I don't let my lowercase r when I use that variation get that bead so big. Because when I'm writing super tiny like that, if I put a regular size bead, it ends up, the ink just pulls out of that or into the hairline. I need to make sure that when I do that R that small, just has a tiny, tiny little bead. Nice, Sabrina. It's good. Practice away. Are you working on anything specific, or just like me writing random words as you go along. I tend to write random words. No good right there. Until I notice, I'll write a random word and then I notice things that I want to tweak or things that I don't like, and then I address them. I think that is what comes from, I think, what I was talking about up here. There's too much in the end of that stroke. So it ends up too full instead of a graceful taper happen there too. It's unnecessary. You can get a big shade without it. Case in point. Pot belly a little bit on that one. Sleep time for Lori. Already, Lori? Sweet dreams to you, Lori. Have a good night. Flourishing drills. Nice. Like the kind of drill where you go, like for an exit flourish, where you just do like a shape over and over and over again, so it gets in your muscles. Ooh, to pass the time on my road trip? So I am an audiobook person, 1000% audiobook person. I have been for many, many years. There's pretty much an audiobook or some form of audio, not music, speaking audio every waking hour if I'm at home. There's always a book or a podcast, or usually a book though, playing. So I will just be listening to an audiobook. Specifically this one, actually, because it's what I'm in the middle of right now. I just finished a huge, there's still more books coming, but I just caught up on a huge 19-book series called The Wandering Inn. And then I did a couple other books, like I listened to the most recent Dungeon Crawl Carl. And then I restarted, I guess it's podcast technically. I listened to Critical Role, which is a recorded D&D campaign that's been going on. They've been recording campaigns for like 8 or 10 years or something like that. And it plays out like an audiobook, because the people in Critical Role are professional voice actors in Los Angeles, and they role play their characters, and then you hear like the dice. It's basically just the audio from their Twitch and YouTube recordings or streams, from their Twitch streams. And it's just really fun. So it's like an audiobook, but it's not a pre-existing story, and I quite enjoy it. So that's what I'll be listening to on this specific 14-hour drive, for probably most of it. There's a chance that I'll dive into some book. I might choose who knows, Count of Monte Cristo, or like some Tolkien edition or volume, and listen to that if it's one that I haven't listened to or read in a while. But it'll probably be Critical Role, I'm guessing. Ooh, I haven't listened to Howl's Moving Castle yet. I did get it, but I haven't listened to it. It's on the list, though. The problem is the series I listen to, like this podcast one, are 1 billion hours long. So once I dive in, I feel like I have to complete it before I move on to anything else. And then when I finish it, I dive into something else big. Like I was just chatting with, Devin and some friends earlier today about like the Wheel of Time that I want to do again, because I didn't finish it. And then like the Stormlight Archives, that whole series, which is extremely long, which I want to get into again, because again, I didn't finish it. It lost me. I've watched the animation of Howl's Moving Castle many times. Oh, awesome, Sabrina. That's great. Oh, yay. I'm looking forward to seeing Chin in a couple weeks. Couple weeks? A few weeks. Where are we at? Getting close. I gotta make sure I'm ready to run a conference. Stress. Interested almost reads like reread. They did in Vancouver, when was it? February? January or February? I can't remember. But I went to see Sento Chihiro. No, Princess Mononoke. In the big screen, in the big theater, which was dope, because that was basically the first Studio Ghibli movie that I ever watched that got me interested in Studio Ghibli from the very beginning. There's a new, well, it's not new anymore. I haven't seen it yet though. Studio Ponok they did like, what's that girl's name? So and so and the Witch's Flower. But a bunch of past Ghibli animators, I believe, or people that worked at Ghibli, started Studio Ponok, and it looks very similar. And what's her name? Something and the Witch's Flower. It felt very Ghibli-esque when I watched it. There's another movie of theirs that is on my list to watch, hopefully this week, called The Imaginary. I think it's called The Imaginary. There we go, that's better. I plan on seeing Odyssey. Probably not right when it comes out, because I'll be busy. But I'll see it eventually, hopefully in theaters. Cut that off a little weird. Ooh, maybe I'll have a hot chocolate after the stream. That's a good idea. Under the baseline, because why not? I gotta learn to aim my capitals a little bit better. Do I want to use an L like that for my my late night live? What does my late night live thing look like? Sorry. We did something like that. And then what? Do we just do a standard L for live? What's going on, bro, Mr. 5? Welcome, welcome. You would say that, Lene. That logic makes sense for something with an L in there, or their name starting with an L. Does that work? Except I spit on the page right there. But these are just concepts. Or do I want the L to go all the way over the N? T to be crossed by the ending of the L. Do we like that better? Option 1, option 2, or do we like neither? That got messed up, but it is unbalanced as a grouping. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Oh, wait. What if this T... I need something that finishes... What if I had a nib right in the middle? Well, no, you can't see both at the same time. If I move them, you see one, and then you see the other one. But wait, let me see. I can probably come out of the N... The N can maybe go out into a nib? Maybe? Oh, that feels really weird. No, I didn't like that. We're not gonna do that. That didn't turn out good, but it felt too strange. Anyways, comes out with, it's gonna either have too much curl to be a nib, or that just feels weird coming out of the end that way. I don't like it. Okay. I mean, we could do the ending T, or we could do the H. Where's my long road trip ending up? Salt Lake City. From Vancouver, Canada to Salt Lake City, Utah. For Iambith. I have to run the 77th annual conference of the International Association of Master Penmen Engrossers and Teachers of Handwriting. Since I am the president of said association this year. Oh, late night live? Want to carpool? I don't think you live the same place as me, Lene. Yep, this year is 77. I did have a thought at one point. I was gonna lean into the sevens as a theme, and I was like, ooh, what if I do a casino theme? Lucky number 77, even though it's 777 is the casino thing. But I thought about it for a very short amount of time. I think I like late night being on the top. I like what we had going on up here in the second option. I just want to see if I could potentially get a nib in there, which means I could do a T like this. That would work if I just did a standard T that finished in a nib, instead of using a terminal T. That's very short and abrupt, but you get the idea. I could also have it come down a little bit like that. Ideally, this would go more like to there, I think. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Let's see what that looks like. I'm at the bottom of the page now, so I will get a glide sheet because my hand is off of my page. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm happy to be driving. Hopefully my car makes it. I wonder, I should probably take my car in for like an oil change or a checkup. I just did a 12-hour drive a couple weeks ago when I was home for my niece's graduation. It was a 12-hour drive back to the farm with my family. Ugh. Okay, that L came out gross, but we'll ignore it, because that's not the important thing right now. Okay, I like that the G and the H are both looped. Descender and ascender. And if we do a standard T, I'm going to hold off on doing that nib though until I do live first. 7 shaded O, not gonna happen. Farm boy, fetch me an inkwell. I could do the same style of L, or this one could be just a standard L. Live. I don't know how I want that to end yet. We have a nib. This should go a little bit thinner. And then we finish. Do we like that or no? As a composition, I guess we gotta cross the T with just a regular, just a standard cross. In a perfect world, this L would dip right in here in that little void between night. And this obviously wouldn't look so bad. not against this idea. Princess Bride is always a good reference. I saw a cool post about, because was talk of like making a new one or revamping it. And I love the idea of the boy from The Princess Bride, whatever his name was, can't remember his name now, being like the dad or the grandpa now, and reading a story to his child or grandchild. But the grandchild would be a girl, and then he essentially tells the same story, but the emphasis is different, and the questions that the girl asks are different, so it's like a whole different perspective. It'd be cool. So it's like a reimagining, not just a remake. So then you're not touching or messing with a classic, but you can revamp the story, which I like. Yep, exactly. A reimagining would be cool. Because there could be a whole new world of imagination that gets put in when the story is told and perceived from a different perspective. So cool. I think, anyways. See, the problem with doing something like this, that I want to be at like the start of my streams, it has to be really good. And I'm very picky, you see, like I don't like that shade very much. Oh, that's a very, very tall T. Published. Which version do you prefer listening to, Lene? Do you listen to Jim Dale or Stephen Fry? Or has anybody listened to the new cast recordings? Ooh, maybe that. This T needs to have a little bit more of a curve down, I think, instead of going straight across. I recently changed my signature. It used to, well, you can see the differences here. It's a very, very small change. But I used to always curve the nib on my signature, and I've changed to make it much more straight across now. So habitually, I go straight across with that stroke now. I have been watching the new season of House of Dragons. Yep, I watched the newest episode yesterday. Yesterday? day. Oh no, I watched it yesterday. I was a day behind. If only I was not below a baseline. I keep making my words too big. My letters are too big. We want this to be much smaller. I don't like that shape. Are people super impressed when you sign documents? I don't sign this signature. My like banking or regular life signature is not very fancy, unfortunately. Sometimes I'll sign with this signature, but just in like just a monoline business penmanship. It's not technically business penmanship, but just monoline, and I'll do that, and people are impressed with that. But oftentimes my signature is just a scribble with a high M and a high W, basically, but it's quite scribbly. The spinning top has stopped spinning after only an hour and a half. I guess it didn't have a good charger. It must have been off balance or something. So I think that's the layout I want to go with. I don't love this execution, but... Oh, good night, Lewis. Sweet dreams to you and Anna. I don't think Game of Thrones is ever going to be finished, the book, unfortunately. It makes me sad. Oh my goodness! Sorry, I just missed some messages here. You guys... Sabrina, you didn't know that Stephen Fry did Harry Potter books? Yeah, so, Jim Dale did the American versions, so they used the word like Sorcerer's Stone and things like that. But Stephen Fry did the UK or the Canadian versions, and the British versions, which use Philosopher's Stone and whatnot. I go back and forth. I think I prefer Stephen Fry, but I've listened to that audiobook series, honestly, countless times now. And when I'm going through it, I kind of go back and forth. I'll do like a Stephen Fry, and then I'll do a Jim Dale, and then I'll play just the movies in the background. I won't usually watch them. The audio of the movies, it'll be on my computer, but I won't actually watch the screen. Play the audio from the movies, and then I go to Stephen Fry, and then I go to Jim. I bounce back and forth to all of them. I need to try the new full cast recordings, because apparently they're really good. Okay, now I need to do this and make it better. I need to execute it better. I was gonna say properly, but more accurately? Better? Just better. This isn't gonna be the one. Ugh. But I think that is the idea. Well, ugly tea. It's possible. I mean, I don't even know if he's the one writing anymore. I mean, I've basically lost all faith that it will finish, only because there's so many constraints and weirdness now, because the series caught up and kind of did its own thing and finished it. But the series opened up a ton of plot holes, and there was already, not plot holes, but already a bunch of... There's so many plots in that story. There's so many different timelines. Like book 4, you don't even... I think it's book 4. You don't even... Like, Bran isn't hardly even in book 4 at all. But then the show went, and they finished it sort of... I think, unless I'm mistaken, he told them the end, but not like how they got there, I think. So they finished it, but it wasn't very well received. Because of, there's just so many random things that weren't touched on, like everything with like the pattern of the White Walkers on the wall. It is so many open plot holes and whatnot. So now I feel like he might just, that's why he's probably not too keen on finishing it. He doesn't need the money or anything anymore. I wish I had a house just for where I collect things. That'd be awesome. I would have so many more things. Which is not necessarily a good thing. Don't like the way this is turning out. Tonight might not be the night for this one. Oh, it'd be cool if I could keep... Be nice to keep this N, or I wonder if I kept the N short or high loop, and then both could potentially cut through the G? Maybe. The show was really weird, the way they decided to pronounce certain names. It doesn't seem like it makes any sense. Some interesting choices were made. Does she ever? That's kind of, with the storyline comment, that's kind of how I feel about the series I just finished, or I just caught up in, The Wandering Inn. It's very not Game of Thrones. It's much more like a young adult type story, like a Harry Potter-esque, but not very, very different. It's a literary RPG type of game, or type of movie, type of book. But there are so many storylines, like an entire 40-hour audiobook will go by and certain characters, like my favorite characters, aren't even mentioned like at all, which is disappointing. Trying to make this L go into the A is severely messing up the exit oval of my L, which I don't really like. That needs addressing. I should probably just do it like that and then go back later and cut in the A. More like that, so that oval doesn't get messed up. I don't understand why people buy these beautiful old timepiece homes and then turn them into modern homes. It doesn't make any sense. Buy or build a modern home. If there are there's structural issues and things like that, then I get it. Because things have to be replaced and you replace them with the style you want. But if the house is still in good shape, leave it alone. Like, I get it's your money and you can spend it however you want, but it is a shame. Oh, I think... Nope. This design maybe doesn't work. We're gonna take a break on that for a little bit. What do we got for word of the day for today? Yaw. Oh, a super short one. Y-A-W. www.merriam-webster.com/word of the day. Yaw. Yaw. Ooh, that is a very nice Y. Y'all. I'm mainly proud of, it's a little long, proud of this. Came out of there and matched that perfectly, or close to perfectly. Yeah, I might have to sketch the logo on pencil a few times and figure out some better placements. I don't like the way it's laying out. Also, L shades are tricky for me to get consistent, especially when I'm going from two different styles of L's, and that N, notoriously, it's my favorite N, but I have issues with it for some reason. Oh, yeah, Lene has issues against a Meredith, apparently. Do I know any Merediths? I don't think I know any Merediths. Implacable. Nice. There was so many good words that I didn't write this week. Xeric was our one from the day after stream last week. Xeric. Nope. What if I started the X the same way I started that Y, just for fun? Just to be flourishy. Yeah, like that. Who cares if I'm not on the baseline? I mean, that I went bleh. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Cross through a little too much. It's so nice when you can get those to just kiss. See, that's the only Meredith I know of, and it's fictitious from Grey's Anatomy. Back when I used to watch that show, What? What happened? Why? Where did my hairline go? How long has it been since I've cleaned my nib? Apparently too long. I haven't watched Grey's Anatomy since... what's his name? Since McDreamy died. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched the earlier seasons. That was forever ago. Zarek. Oh, it's pronounced Zarek. My apologies. Wait. Zarek. Zarek. Fulcrum. That's a good word. I know the word, but I've never actually used it. In technical use, fulcrum refers to the support on which a lever moves when it's used to lift something. A fulcrum. Although the lead actor was phenomenal, critics suggested that the supporting cast was the real fulcrum of the show. Fulcrum. Fulcrum. They have another McSomething after McDreamy died? I know there was a McSteamy, but that was also way early. Oh yeah, the pronunciation that Merriam-Webster says is Z-E-E. Z-E-E-R-I-C. Or Z-E-E-R-I-K. Zir-ick. Zirick. Zirick. But I assume there's other acceptable pronunciations. Implacable. Someone or something described as implacable is not capable of being placked. They don't have to brush their teeth because they are implacable. That's not right. They are not capable of being appeased or changed. Got you. If somebody's angry, you can never appease them. They're implacable. They are determined to be unhappy and mad at you, and they will always be. Implacable. That's what I want. I haven't added extra flourishes to an eye in a while. Wait, what's the other way of doing it? Spiral. Which do we prefer? A spiral? Wait, that's not the one I wanted. Or... I think that one. A little harder to write than the spiral, but I think it has more something. More something. Too flat. Weird shade. Come on, brain. Jeez, why can't I... All these ovals are sharp. Why? When I do eye... Well, there's a single oval that are not sharp. What's happening here? Ah. Nib catch. Okay. Well, hello, Mum. Good evening to you. Come on. That'll do. Implacable. Ooh, we could do tomorrow's, which has L's. We've been doing a lot of L's today. Loquacious. Loquacious. Now can we do one with a more traditional L? Oh, I think it's an ad is going in, apparently. Loquacious. In a more spaced out hand. The kid always needs checking in on. I don't know if the kid's gonna make it to midnight tonight. It's pretty chill in here today. The kid. Oh, dot the I. The kid. Ah, Lene, I did. I did indeed. I realized, I think an email went out about it. I have to fill out a form. And I haven't filled out said form yet, or there's a survey or something. But I did purchase it. Thank you very much for the heads up. Did you order one as well? Or are you just enabling me to spend money? You're not wrong, Oldra but it goes as the stream goes. Maybe it'll be next week. Oh, that G is way too big compared to the F that it's beside. Hello, Pretty Raj. Pretty. Very true. I mean, according to the pictures, it looks like it's gonna be relatively nice. Should be quite nice, I think. I just hope they don't do what the last book I ordered off of Kickstarter did, where it was a reference book, but they made it all artsy and put things in the background and made like patterning, and some were zoomed out beyond the page, some were smaller. They made it all like coffee table book-esque, which was just really annoying. That was the Sanborn one. Which is, I mean, it's a beautiful book, but it annoys me. I don't think I can fit the whole alphabet on this page before I run out of space. mini nib snap. WXYZ, 4 letters short. Oops. Oh, I could have done a 2Q. I went with the GG and the GQ. Or the Descender G and the GQ. Whoa, where did that come from? I'm all inky. Did that come off of this paper towel? Weird. I don't usually get inky hands. I'm usually pretty clean. Oop. Did I accidentally use the wrong side of my paper towel? That's it. Strange. Nib catch, we can't. Yeah. When the lights go over to black light? It's still a long ways away. Fozzie! What's going on, Fozzie? Hello, hello. Long time no see, my friend. Pet mommy duties, does that mean you had to go to the vet? Hello, Daria. Any advice on how to write using your whole arm rather than just your wrist? I'm used to writing with my wrist. So, I would recommend, if you want to dive into movement writing, to go with what we would consider forearm movement. You are using your whole arm, but you're resting where's the in camera? This fleshy bit rests on the desk right here. So if I were to move over, so that part of my hand rests on the desk. And then the big difference, if you're writing with your wrist, here I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see. If I'm writing with my wrist, you're going to be doing a lot of this, changing the angle of the wrist there, and your fingers are going to almost inevitably do a fair bit of work, which those muscles and those bits are going to come into play here and there always. But if you want to write with your arm, the big thing is lock those. I would say, like, there are people that will say like the fingers come into play in these certain parts and the wrist comes into play on these certain parts. And I don't think that it should be 100% arm and that these muscles shouldn't do anything at all. I'm not a movement purist in that way. But I think if you practice locking your hand, regardless of what grip you're using, if you practice locking everything, like I use a traditional grip with my knuckles up, but if you lock everything and then write, as you're going, these little like finger bits and wrist bits will sort of subconsciously add in, but ideally if you practice for them to not do that, then it keeps their sort of involvement in what is, in my opinion, the best way, which is just subconsciously adding here or there in the beginning. Once you get then more proficient, you can start knowing like, oh, when I do a ascender, when I do a lowercase l. There's a lot of people. Personally, I don't use my fingers at all when I do my ascender strokes. But there are many people who do the upper part of that loop with their fingers. So they will do, and the finger comes into play at the top. And people find that gets them a more consistent result, which makes sense because it's easier to control the smaller muscles like your fingers and your wrists and whatnot, or your smaller muscles and joints. But I would say if you want to use whole arm, or what we would call forearm movement, and it's not, you don't have to go wicked fast, but you do have to have a little bit more speed than you would if you were just drawing with your fingers and wrists. You want to have a little bit of movement so it can flow through, just because getting that fine itty-bitty slow control is quite difficult with the forearm or just using the whole arm. That would be my advice. Hope that's helpful. Oh, poor Noodle. Good morning, Timeless World Studio. Night for me, morning for you. Fozzie is the inflatable neck pillow doing a better job than... Oh, lock focus. Doing a better job than a cone? Can he not destroy the neck pillow? I guess it can't get caught on things quite as easy as a cone can. Nice. He's ready to sleep on a plane. Wicked. He's in vacation mode. You gotta take a photo of him with like sunglasses on and a fruity drink, like he's chilling out by the pool on his vacation I guess just on a plane. Sunglasses, or what would people wear for glass? They wear like an eye mask on a plane, I guess, if they're trying to sleep on a plane. Noodle's in vacation mode. Nib catch. Whoopsies. Sunglasses are a must. I just realized I no longer own a pair of good sunglasses. I went to wear my sunglasses the other day and the frame is cracked. I bought them when I was in Boracay. Actually, that's, right around the time when I got to go visit Fuzzy. I bought my sunglasses on the beach there and I really liked them. They were bamboo and like a faux turtle shell color, and they're broken now. Ovals are all over the place. Daria, hand in the air is probably not what I would consider a good description of what's going on with the grip when we're doing ornamental penmanship or traditional Spencerian or something like that. Because the hand, technically, it's not in the air. The only time... Well, I'll say my hand is never completely in the air. Ever, ever, ever. At minimum, these two fingers are on the table. They're resting. My forearm wrist lifts off the table. If I'm doing something like this, if I'm doing a super swirly signature, that goes that crosses a whole way through the page, and I need a lot of movement, a lot of range with my forearm, rolling my forearm, because you don't want to rotate, but stretching my forearm, I hit my range of motion. So with my forearm on the table, I have about, personally, and some people have more than me, it makes me jealous, but this is about the maximum distance that I can go without either rolling my hand over, which I don't want to do because that messes the angle of my nib, or lifting my forearm off the table. Notice these two fingers still stay on the table. So the hand's not floating, but ideally, it's a big question. If you want to do things the traditional way, you would adopt what would be considered a knuckle-up grip, which is, rather than putting this whole muscle of the side of your hand on the table and writing, even if you're going to use your forearm, that whole bit of skin is rubbing on the table, creating friction, which will which can affect your movement. Like some people will put, say, like a playing card or something like that. This isn't a playing card, but it'll get the idea across. Some people, I personally don't do this because I don't use a side grip, but some people will put a card under their hand. This is deck of cards, like bicycle cards, are very slidey. They're very slippery. Here, let me do a proper example. Please stand by. If I can find it. Oh, where is it? I thought it was in here. I've lost something. Give me a second. Do a proper explanation / demonstration. There you are. Okay. So, deck of cards. Let me clean the nib. Thou shalt not let ink dry in thy nib. So on a card, and again, I don't use this technique, but some people do. Because bicycle cards are so slippery, you can put the hand there and it will glide. It doesn't glide on leather very well, but it would glide on paper really easily. So if I was on my page and I was writing here, then I could have my hand down and I could easily glide without any issue. Now, I personally don't use this technique because I use what's called a knuckle-up grip, or what we'd call a traditional grip, where my hand is rotated this way. So the only part that's on the page is those two pinkies, which don't generate, or those, they're not both pinkies, but those two fingernails, they don't generate a lot of friction. So I'm able to have my hand up and float across the page, whether my forearm is down to go for small things, or my standard writing, or if I have to go big in a big huge flourish, I can raise my forearm and then write across the whole page. But my hand, essentially, if that's the page, that's my hand is floating in that sense. It's not resting on the page. So that's what I would consider that. Never, in my writing anyways, and I would say in 99.9% of people's writing, never is the hand fully suspended from the page with nothing touching at all except the nib. That would be very difficult to control, and I personally don't see any benefit of doing that. So it is floating, suspended on either these two fingernails, or like the very last knuckle of the pinky nail for a traditional grip, or if you want to continue using your modern grip, resting on the page with no pressure, or on something like a card so that it can glide easily across the page. Lots of people use this technique because if they don't want to adopt a traditional grip, they will use the modern grip, and they can just easily flow without any friction or worry at all. The floating hand is a scam. Do you mean specifically, like, with the pinky? I think, personally, traditional grip with the last knuckle of your pinky and, like, just your fingernails or just the ends of these two fingers is, in my opinion, I mean, if you want to write like this, I think that's the best way. But it's far from the only way of accomplishing that goal. To many people, that's uncomfortable, so they don't do that, which makes sense. Good night, Kathy and Accidentally Steve. Have a good night. Sorry, I was in the middle of talking something, and I did not see your farewell. Do I ever get Theory 11 playing cards? I do have a pack of Theory 11 playing cards somewhere. Where are they? I think they're in one of my drawers in a cabinet or in a similar box to this, but it's way up there. But currently I can't open it because there is a whole bunch of little plastic duck toys and things in front of the drawer. If I open it, it'll knock them all over, but I think it's up there. I use it oftentimes when I'm taking pictures of leather blotters that have gold on them, because it's a black and gold deck. Never been opened though. I've never opened the deck. It's still sealed, which is silly. I should open it and use them because they're cool. But I got them many years ago from a design con in California. I think that's where I got them anyways. Some trade show type thing. What's the difference between business penmanship and Spencerian? So Spencerian, the main difference is Spencerian has shades. Oh, focus. Business penmanship doesn't utilize any shades. So like a Spencerian G would be something like that. A business penmanship G. Oh, how does the business penmanship G go now? Would be something like that, even if it was the same size. I know I wrote that smaller because business penmanship isn't usually quite as large. And then ornamental penmanship is just a more flourishy variation on traditional Spencerian with heavier shades and more flourishes, basically. Oh, targeted sunglass ad. YouTube is listening to me. So that's in the capital letters. The lowercase letters, the difference is very minute between like traditional Spencerian, because they are only ever so slightly shaded. There's hardly any shades in traditional Spencerian lowercase. Business penmanship, 0 shades. Ornamental penmanship, there are shades on like the lowercase a, the T's, the D's, the O's, the R's. There's place shades, the N, the last downstroke of the N or the M, things like that. But the similarities are a lot less in the lowercase than they are in the capitals. Oh, when did I get into Spencerian? So I first discovered Spencerian script and penmanship in general back in, I think, when was it, like 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. When I mean, my story, I've told the story so many times. I used to be a collector and restorer, still am a bit, but a collector and a restorer of vintage fountain pens. And in that process, in collecting and restoring fountain pens, I was using my pens. I had a lot of friends that were out of town. I travel a lot, so I was writing a lot of letters, and I wanted to improve my handwriting for my correspondence. So I looked up on the internet how to improve your handwriting, and found old books like Palmer Method, which business penmanship, and then practiced that for a bit, and then discovered Spencerian script, discovered Michael Saul's books, and I sort of call Spencerian and ornamental penmanship the rabbit hole that I fell down and that I've been falling down ever since. But then, yeah, I discovered this whole sort of world in, I think, 2010, 2011, something like that. How old would I have been at that time? I don't know, around like 28, 29, somewhere like that. I had been going to fountain pen shows and whatnot prior to that, and that's where I initially met Michael Saul at the LA Pen Show, because I used to go every year when I lived in Los Angeles. I don't do Spencerian script really anymore. Traditional Spencerian. There is the differences between Spencerian and ornamental penmanship are slight, but there is, in my opinion, a difference between the two. Spencerian script is something very specific, whereas when things get more flourishy and more shaded, that's where they get into the realm of what the old penmen of the 18 and 1900s, early 1900s would call ornamental penmanship versus Spencerian. In modern time, those two terms have kind of, people consider Spencerian and ornamental penmanship to be sort of the same thing, which is why when I'm referring to Spencerian, I always use the term traditional Spencerian. because a lot of people consider, like a lot of this, they would consider this Spencerian. But technically, according to the old books and all the old literature and whatnot, that's ornamental penmanship, and Spencerian is a much more minimal, cleaner version, basically, that Platt Roger Spencer and his sons popularized and taught. Many people think they're the same thing, so it's technically, it could be considered wrong of me to say they aren't the same thing, because there is a school of thought that considers them the same, but they're the same sort of in the... Are you a plant person? If I think of like a Monstera deliciosa or a Monstera Thai constellation, they're both Monsteras, so they're the same in that realm, but one grows very different, one has different variegation. So the Thai constellation looks different than a Monstera deliciosa. So they are different, but they are sort of in the same family. Ornamental penmanship comes from Spencerian. I kind of think of it as Spencerian script with the, like, training wheels, but not training wheels, with the restrictions removed. It's like engrosser script or copperplate. That's a very specific style, and there's not a lot of room for a lot of artistic. If you want to do like proper traditional engrosser script, you do it by the book. You either write it like E.L. Brown, like there's certain practitioners that you write like. Or you add your flourishes over top, I guess. But most of the time when you do engrosser script, it's very specific. That's, to me, the way I consider Spencerian as well. When I do Spencerian script, it is very much like the Spencer brothers when in the book, The New Spencerian Compendium. Those examples of Spencerian is, to me, what Spencerian is. And then with what they taught in the Zenarian after Spencer, that's what now the modern world sort of considers Spencerian, and in that world. It comes from Spencerian, but it is, the shades are much bigger, the ratios are different, there's more room for expression and whatnot. So that's why I separate the two, because to me they have the same roots, but they are very different in my eyes. So like if anybody was like a member of IAMPITH, and they don't have it anymore, but in the certificate program, there used to be a Spencerian certificate, and to do that certificate, well here, I will show you, actually. Show and tell. Give me 2 seconds, so I don't get ink on everything. So I'm gonna zoom out and then unlock the focus. So like this, how does this have to turn? This way. This would be not what's in the middle. Let me actually go to there. Actually, this would be the best thing to show. Oh, it's so bright because it's got plastic over top of it. There we go. So that, you can see how like the shades are quite small. It's very fine. It's like delicate. There's not a lot of extra. That is Spencerian. That's Spencerian script, and what I call traditional Spencerian. So like there's words in traditional Spencerian. The capital letters are not nearly as big as in ornamental penmanship. The capital letters are 3 times as high as that's engrosser script. 3 times as high as, say, the let me put this away so I can properly think. The capitals are 3 times as high as like the lowercase n, as the X height. Whereas in ornamental penmanship, the capitals are at minimum 3. I think it looks weird at 3. It's usually 4 or 5, sometimes 6. Daria, it depends on what your goals are. Like if you want to write like me, I personally wouldn't start with writing Spencerian. If you wanted to write like me, I would recommend... reach. Knocking things over. Where is it? There it is. I would recommend downloading this book. It's Lessons in Ornamental Penmanship by P.Z. Blozer. This book goes through very detailed breakdown of all the letters, how to form them, and this follows a ratio that is in line with the Zenarian College. These are examples engraved by E.A. Lupfer, up at the top here. And this would be, you can see the capitals, like the heavy shades. This is more in line. My goal is to be able to write like E.A. Lupfer. That would be my ultimate goal in penmanship. But this would be what I personally would practice if you wanted to learn to write like me. This is my favorite book in ornamental penmanship. There are many books on ornamental penmanship out there, but this, I mean, it's free online. The scan is really good. I have the original book as well, and I was gonna rescan it, but it's as good as the original. So I just took it to like Staples and got it printed so that I could have a copy that's easily go through, or that you could easily go through. But I was downloaded online, and I would study this and practice this personally if you wanted to like write in the style that you see myself and other people write flourishy. Not a lot of people actually write traditional Spencerian. It's not one of the most common written scripts. It gets sort of that lost in translation a little bit because in the modern world, a lot of people consider Spencerian to be ornamental penmanship. But if you want to learn, I'll take the words out of it. If you like what I do and what people like myself, or what you see in the Iamphith archive and things like that, that's ornamental penmanship. That's what the old books will call ornamental penmanship. None of the old books would call this Spencerian. So that's what I would sort of search and look for and study. I would study Spencerian if you look up Spencerian script from the new Spencerian compendium and you really like the cleanliness of that style, or what I just showed in my binder. If that is really appealing to you, then I would study Spencerian. They aren't super different, but Spencerian has sort of a lot more, or it's more checks and balances as far as more rules is the wrong word, but to be authentically Spencerian, I think Spencerian's harder personally, but a different kind of hard, because it's more precise and ornamental penmanship is more free. They're both very difficult, but Spencerian is more difficult to do fast because it is so precise. There's a whole lot of talking there. I hope that helps. There's been a lot of chat, and I haven't been keeping up with the chat because I've just been talking. So I hope that was helpful. I'm catching up in the chat now. I mean, that is, at the base of it, Spencerian is flourished ornamental penmanship. Or sorry, ornamental penmanship is flourished Spencerian. But to me, it's more than that because of the ratios. Because of the higher ascenders and descenders. And then, like, within ornamental penmanship, you have, like, running hand, and you have other variations. Every penman who did ornamental penmanship, they all looked a little bit different, which is one of the coolest things about ornamental penmanship. Moderaz and Blozer and Lupfer and Zahner, every single person, Kenan, all of them, their writing looks different. It's actually like their writing. You can tell it's them that's writing it when you've studied it a lot. It has their character and their sort of mannerisms. Like Courtney is a perfect example because his work was so precise but also had so much character. And then certain other writers like W.E. Dennis, his writing was all character, like 100% character. Some of his letters are borderline impossible to read because it was just so much character. So yeah, ornamental penmanship is shaded or flourished Spencerian, but it's more than that, I think. Yeah. Thanks, Fozzie. I liked my plant analogy on the fly as well. I was looking up at my 2 plants, which my Thai constellation is growing its first new leaf since I got it, which is exciting. It hasn't grown a leaf since I got it yet. Thai cons grow a little bit slower than a solid green Deliciosa. Back to catching up on the chat. Yeah, another good one, Fuzzy. Coffee. It's all coffee, but there are countless different varieties and whatnot of it. I would consider the difference more so than like dark roast, light roast, blah blah blah. I kind of think of it as like decaf versus regular coffee. Like they're the same thing, but they are quite different to me. Versus like a dark roast or a medium roast, like the change is like it's more subtle. The difference is that's like ornamental penmanship has the dark roast, the medium roast, the blah blah blah, all the different kind of coffees. Oh, it's been a long time since I worked at Starbucks and had to go through my coffee passport and whatnot, naming all the things about coffee. I was never very good at that. Oh, how is preparation for IAMPIT? It's coming along. It's going to be a good conference, I think. I hope, question mark. There's a lot of things that I need to do in the next couple of weeks to make sure all my T's are crossed and my I's are dotted, but we're getting there. Should be good. The scariest... No, I'm not even going to mention that. Never mind. There's a lot of things. A lot of moving parts. Luckily, there are so many amazing people on the board of directors and in the volunteers and whatnot that really make things that just take on so many things. So it's not like it's just me doing everything. It's a whole, that saying, it takes a village. There's so many people. I gotta make a massive list of all the people that I need to thank. And there'll be countless people that I will probably get to, unfortunately. But there's so many people that are involved and that take on so much to make the conference work. That, yeah, very appreciative of them, but should be a good one. I'm quite excited. Oh, Daria, there's always lots of things to improve. The one tricky bit about getting it, this goes with anything, not just penmanship. The better you get at something, the better your eye and the way you perceive that thing also gets. So, once upon a time, I would look at what I'm doing today and think I had made it. But as you get better, sort of your comparing eye and whatnot changes and evolves as well. So, there's a lot of work to do still. I need to be a much better dedicated penmanship student than I have been. Yeah, ratios and shade thickness are the 2 biggest things. For business penmanship, I personally, there's some people like it, some people don't. I like the way that Palmer teaches business penmanship. The cool thing about business penmanship is, at the end of the day, the majority, they all follow, it's like Spencerian, they all follow the same ratios, the same things. There are slight little nuances that come in the writing, but when it, like whether you're following like Mills, Palmer, Berensmeyer, Tamblin, like they all have books that are all phenomenal books. Whether you study those books or not, where am I going here? The important bit is, I lost my train of thought. Oh, because unlike ornamental penmanship, because all the ratios, all the letter forms are pretty similar, there's a slight variation here or there. The cool thing is, no matter what book you get, and you can download all of them, if I was learning like the capital A, or learning a specific letter form or like the undercurve or an ascender like a lowercase l, I would look at Palmer's page of the L. I would look at Champion's page of the L, Tamblin's L, Bairnsmeyer's L. Not the letter, but how they explain it, how they, like in paragraphs, how they teach it and how they talk about it. And then that is sort of, you can then find, it's unlike ornamental penmanship, it's less about finding the penman that you like, whose writing you like the best, and find the penman whose explanations you like the best. Like, do you prefer the way Bairnsmeyer explains it? Or like Mills, for example. He's by far probably the best business penman out there. But personally, I'm not a huge fan of the way he explains or teaches things. So I look at his writing and his explanations, and then I look at Palmer's explanations, Tamblin explanations, and I kind of take all those explanations and then I put that into the writing. It doesn't matter as much, in my opinion, on whose forms you're following, because all the forms are so similar. It's more so find the penman whose explanations make more sense to you, because we all learn different. Some people would probably prefer Mills and would just like to learn specifically from his writing. But yeah, Tamblin is an amazing book. Tamblin's Home Instructor in Penmanship. Bairnsmeyer is great. I would probably say Palmer, Champion, Mary Champion. Who else? I gotta look up there to see if I remember the others. There's a bunch. Tamblin's really great. Palmer's really great. I like Bairnsmeyer's book, and then Mills. Those are sort of the four that I would start with. Mills, because he's phenomenal. But yeah, as I said, luckily all the forms are the same, essentially. So just find who you like, or whose explanations you like best. I'm sad that you're not going to be able to come, Fozzie. One day, you gotta come join us. We're all gonna be menaces in Utah for a week. Oh, you're only 17? Darn, you got lots of years to go to Iampith. I didn't go to my first one till I was in my 30s, so you're chilling. Don't stress. Ooh, nibs on oblique holders, that'll look like a weapon. I've had to explain my nibs a number of times, but not to a crazy degree. I've never been not trusted. Whoa, Walker's here. What's going on, Walker? I was just about to call it a night. You've just missed me. I haven't been writing for the past little bit. I've just been talking about Spencerian and ornamental penmanship and business penmanship and different books that I recommend and whatnot. Powdered gum Arabic. Explaining that at the border would be interesting. At customs. I've never had issue. I mean, they just ask about the nibs and I have explained them, but I've never actually had a problem with them before. When they are in a holder, they look more menacing, I think, than when they're just in like a tin or something like that. Do I want to keep writing? Are we going to keep writing? Online classes. Convince the people in your area. This is what I'm going to say. If you can't attend IAMPIF, convince the people in your area to bring in teachers like myself. Prior to COVID, I used to do a lot more travel internationally, teaching penmanship and teaching people, and that went away when online education got so powerful during COVID and whatnot. And I would love if the online workshop world came back a little bit. Personally. Fingers crossed. It's just so much easier and to not teach bad habits when I'm online. Or when I'm in person. Online, it's so easy to get bad habits and whatnot. IAMPIF does have online things. I don't know what the plan is this year for them. I honestly can't remember. The only thing online during the conference is Michael Saul and Gray Harris's history of American penmanship, which will be really cool. Yeah, we've had virtual events a number of years. I personally, a while ago, it's been at least a year. Oh gosh, it's midnight. We have decisions to be made. I thought I turned that off. I don't know that I'm gonna go. Are we going blacklight? Is that happening tonight? I guess we could for a little bit while I keep talking since people are asking questions. I wasn't planning on going till blacklight tonight. Nothing happens automatically anymore. Oh, let me do this. Yeah, so honestly, probably like 2 years ago, I kind of said no more online classes. With the exception of, I do teach for Mont Blanc. I'm one of their instructors. To me, that is a different thing. It is geared for a different audience. It's not as detail oriented. It's geared for people who are just dabbling and just learning about using their pens. And I enjoy teaching in that space. It doesn't feel like one of my classes specifically. So because I stopped teaching my classes online. If somebody asks if I want to do online stuff, I basically say no now. I'm not interested. And it's not because I won't ever again. But if I'm gonna do online, I'll probably want to do my own program, and it'll be run a different way, not just like a standard online workshop. Also, maybe I was hoping that other educators would sort of also stop doing online, because in person, I get it, it's more work, it's more expensive, but it is so much more beneficial to the student. I can teach so much more in person than I can online, because I can actually see you, I can walk around, I can talk to you, I can watch your hand. So it's countless times more beneficial, I believe. It's just a matter of it's not the way anymore because there are so many online classes. But I want things to go back to more in person. I have nothing against online. I mean, online classes existed before COVID, and I took them before COVID. Harvest has had online classes for many, many years before COVID. I have nothing against online classes, really. I want in-person classes to come back, because I think they're just better for the student. Value-wise, what you get out of them versus what you put into them, I think is better. Okay, I will get off my soapbox now. It's been a while since it's after midnight. I haven't even changed my lights yet. I didn't realize that my lights weren't automatically gonna turn off. My whole apartment is no longer programmed to do Tuesday midnights on its own. Let's do... Okay, Google, turn off studio. Okay, Google, turn on neon. We gotta change the music. And go back here. Then we gotta turn this up. To there. And then we gotta turn... Oh gosh, I don't even remember the filters. This filter? Is it this one? Ooh, I'm very dark. I don't know if I can make that brighter. Automatically, easily. Nope, I don't know how to do that. Okay. I might have to darken the camera a little bit. Like so? How glowy do we want that to be? Welcome to your first Blacklight Live. Timeless World Studio. Is it too dark? You guys, my face is very dark. I can't reach. This camera's not as easy to tweak on the face camera. Is my face too dark though? Is the writing too dark? Well, there we go. That's a bit brighter on my face. Sort of. Oh, I don't usually wear glasses for these. Let's see if I can... This is why I wasn't gonna do a whole late night live stream today. Oh, but see, then it just gets all washed out. We need... I'll bring the brightness up. Do I have to bring the contrast up? Is that just what we want? That's quite a bit brighter, right? Sure. That's gonna work. Didn't get a chance to test the lights or the blacklight stuff prior to the session. Oh yeah, I feel like I remember this song. It started as it was incentive. If the chat was sort of fun and exciting enough during the stream, then sorry, I'm just tweaking the... Oh, that's what we want. I want it to be darker. There we go. Darker red. That's better. If the chat was engaging, because we used to hit midnight and I didn't even realize. Time snuck up on me and all of a sudden it was midnight. Oh! Did I change Late Night Live or Blacklight Live to 11 a while ago? I did that, didn't I? I forgot about that. Foxy, I don't think you wouldn't be ever allowed to sit on your leg in a business college. Or business college's teachers would have a fun time with you, I think. But don't worry, they don't teach with metronomes, so you're safe. I forgot that I was debating making all Blacklight Live start at 11 instead of 12. Wonder if I should do that. Yeah, the streams do get shorter, because I don't write in blacklight as long. I need to get some different blacklight paper. This paper is a little... I mean, it works, but it's a little too toothy. I have to be a little too cautious. And when I'm trying to write, the writing ends up being a little more crazy and fun during the Blacklight Lives. Math test? Shudder. Me and math are not friends. I also want to figure out how to get a white ink to be blacklight reactive. Rather than writing with, because this is invisible ink. It is possible, because I've seen people do it. I just haven't done the right mix of the glowy powder with the base inks and whatnot. Because then I could write on black paper. I wouldn't need the invisible ink doesn't work on black paper. But I would love to write with white ink on black paper, or colored ink on black paper, but have the ink be blacklight reactive. That's what I need. But that's easier said than done. Whoa, my fingernails are very glowy today. And I always gotta make sure I don't do a Blacklight Live if I've been doing laundry with OxyClean. If I have OxyClean on my hands glow crazy. You don't want advice from me on careers. Who knew that OxyClean would glow under the blacklight so much? I tried once to mix OxyClean with water to make a OxyClean ink. It doesn't work. Don't try it. It just falls off the nib, obviously, which makes sense because it's soap. What should we do for next week's stream? Any ideas? It doesn't really fizz. I mean, it fizzes a little bit, but it's really just because it's soap, it just doesn't stick to the nib. It's super slippery, so it just falls off. I gotta do a theme for next week's stream, so we're not just writing randomly like the past couple weeks. I mean, I really like writing randomly, but I think I need to think of a theme. many interests are, well, yeah, that's me doing too many things. See you later, Fozzie. Thanks for hanging out. Long time no see. Oh, snap. See this this paper snaps too much. Almost smooth enough, but it's slightly not smooth. It needs some work. Oh, my shirt has so much fuzz on it. Whoops. That's one thing that's black. I need to lint roller myself if I'm gonna do black line lives. Oops. Lint sparkles. This nib is so sharp, I can feel it just on the verge of snapping every time, every flourish. It is scary. Whoops. Spelling. That's what I want that second stroke to look like. Pops. Brisk. Friends of Penmanship. AI can't do what I do, luckily. Can't carve wood, it can't dance, and it can't do ornamental penmanship. Luckily. Not yet, anyways. I doubt it. It takes too much. There's too much expression. I I don't think it'll be able to. I mean, it'll be able to write in a font, but if people wanted a font, they would just download a font. I don't know if it'll be able to or not. We'll see. I hope the pendulum swing on AI changes eventually here. But it likely will. I'm no expert. I'm just a guy who likes to dance with his hands. I haven't done a good capital D today. A little bit. That's the best way for it to happen, I think. It's like getting good at penmanship. I personally think the best way to get good at penmanship isn't to try to get good at penmanship. I think it's to enjoy the act of writing and studying and examining without the negatives of not like critique and whatnot. But if you fall in love with it, you'll want to do it more. And then if you're focused on it because you love it, you'll just get better at it. There's really no other way. If you focus on the destination, you won't enjoy the journey. And I personally quite like the penmanship journey. It's been a lot of fun. Me too, Lene, don't worry. Me too. currently a giant monstera in front of my piano, so I can't play it. Frank makes it hard to play piano until I make him smaller. Basically fills up half my living room. Not actually half, but it takes up so much space. Hello, Leodore. Iodore? You're very welcome. Thanks for joining. Have you been here for a while? Have you been lurking? Thanks for joining us. Awesome. Well, you're very welcome. Thanks again for joining us. I'm glad people enjoy hanging out on Tuesday nights. Sorry for being gone, for the past 4 months. How did I get ink there? I think I dipped too deep as well. You can see I got ink in my flange, which is annoying. I never do that. Must have been distracted. Whoopsie. Song sounds familiar. It's likely been in some stream before. Ink on your flange and your phalange. It's true. Now, because the lights are out, I can't see where it's clean on my paper towel and where is it. It's a lot... My writing and everything is a lot brighter on stream than it is in real life. It's pretty dim in real life. Wow. Is all shoot, whoopsies. Oh yeah, there's all ink in there. What a mess. Ugh, I never make messes like this. I'm always been one of those artists where people will say if there's not paint on their clothes, then they're not a real artist, and things like that. And then, when I painted, well, years ago, when I painted those 4 murals in that dance studio, giant, massive murals, I didn't spill a drop of ink that whole week that I was painting those. But, so I get frustrated when I make mistakes like this. I make messes. Because now the only way to get that out of there, I'm going to get an older nib. Just because this will be tedious and annoying. Not an exciting end to the stream. I'm just putting the nib in the flange, pulling it out, cleaning it off, and then do the same thing again. How did I get so much ink? I must have been watching the screen when I was dipping or something. This is like not the kind of mistake I usually make. I need a different paper towel. I can't tell what has white ink and what has... Where's my paper towel? Ugh, I'm a mess right now. Just a mess. Good night, Skeet. Thanks for hanging out. See you on the next one. Glowing ring I'm wearing. Oh. It's not really glowing. I guess my ring is just it's a smart ring. Was it glowing? When it's actively like taking my heart rate or whatever, it has little green or red lights in it. One in my right hand. I don't have a ring in my right hand. I have ink on my fingers, which is annoying. I'm not wearing a ring on my right hand though. Are you just making fun of me for having... Are you talking about that? No, it's just ink that somehow got there. Why am I such a mess all of a sudden? And why is none of it washing away? It probably has. I mean, not nearly as much as the time I actually legitimately spilt ink. That was terrible. That was a bad stream. Well, this is dried on my hands and isn't going anywhere, so I'll have to wash it off later. Continue putting this nib in this flange until it comes out non-glowing. Yeah, no touching my face until I get this sorted. Oh, I think that might have done it. Nothing came out that time. Or it's just dried inside there, but that's okay. Oh, that's so annoying. I don't like being messy. Anyways, back to where we were. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. This was a fun one. I wasn't anticipating going to midnight, and we got to 1:45. So there we go. A little bit longer stream than I was anticipating. As I said, thanks again for hanging out. I will be doing another stream next week. Hopefully you're able to join me. If you have ideas, drop them in the comments of this video. I'm curious what we should do. I'm looking for a theme next week. I don't want to just do a random... I mean, I can. I enjoy random writing nights, but I think we need a theme next week, because we haven't had a theme in quite a while. So yeah, if you have any ideas, drop them in the comments of this video. Be sure that you are... I'm going to do the whole like, follow, subscribe, all that jazz. If you want to be a part of this community, or if you have questions on anything I did tonight, or anything I said tonight, dive into the CREATRIUM, www.thecreatrium.com, where there's a link in the description below. That's our online community, and you can ask any questions to a whole bunch of people who are more than capable of answering those questions, myself included. With all that out of the way, don't forget, everybody, or make sure that you are falling in love with the process, and don't forget that life should be just a bit of silliness, really. Good night, all. Peace!